Hi, Cambly learners. My name is V. I am a teacher on Cambly. Many of you may have probably wondered about the varieties or dialects of English pronunciation. The most significant differences between British English and American English are in their pronunciations, vocabularies, and their spelling. One of the most obvious differences is the way the letter R is pronounced. In British English, when R comes after a vowel in the same syllable, for example, as in car, hard, or market, the R is not pronounced. In American English, the R is pronounced. The R's in the middle of a word are usually noticeably softer and harder to hear in British English as well. In American English, they are a bit clearer. Some examples include the words large, work, park, and turn. Note that the R sound in the middle of some words will always be pronounced, no matter the dialect. For example, the words like barrier, which has a double R, or parent, which has a single R. Another common difference of American English is to make different sounds, usually with a letter T or two T's, which sound more like a D. In British English, this is not very common, and the T's are usually more clearly pronounced. In American English, the word bitter, B-I-T-T-E-R, sounds basically the same as bitter. Another example, the word better. In American English, it is pronounced as better. And lastly, the word butter. In American English, it is pronounced as butter. Another instance when American English speakers don't pronounce T's is when the letter T follows the letter N. A typical example is the word international. If a British person said that, you would probably hear the first T. But many Americans would eliminate the T, and it would sound more like international. Many vowels also sound different, but the most common difference that people notice is with the letter A in some words. There is a phonetic sound that's basically an A and an E combined into one letter. This sound is very common in American English, but not in British English. Let's look at a few examples. The word dance, D-A-N-C-E. In British English, it is pronounced as dance. In American English, it is pronounced as dance. Another example, after, A-F-T-E-R. In American English, it is pronounced as after. British English, we pronounce it as after. Now, let's look at some common pronunciations that you may have heard. British English also tends to use more intonation in speech. For instance, while Americans might say tomato, Brits say tomato. Americans also tend to stress the first syllable of words, while Brits often stress the second syllable. A few more examples that you may have heard. The word water. In American English, it is pronounced as water. And lastly, the words got it. American English is pronounced as got it. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Cambly, Cambly gives you instant access to friendly native English speakers like myself. You can take lessons anytime, anywhere, right from your phone or computer. So why not schedule your next lesson with me using the link below. Thank you so much for watching.